So after they start, you have to switch, right?
Welcome to Draw 7 of Potomac Curling Club's annual Cherry Blossom Bonspiel, the 2026 edition.
Which is a monster of a good time.
It is. I'm Mike Steele.
I am Naomi.
And we're going to be joined in a second by Jen Skidmore, who's working out her headset. We have 4 games in this draw. If you're unfamiliar with our setup here on YouTube, we have 2 streams going. One stream is going to show you sheets B and C, and the other stream is going to show you sheets A and D. And you're going to hear our voice on both streams, regardless of which game you're trying to watch. We're mostly going to talk about the games on B and C, though, because those are the ones that are right in front of our broadcast booth. So right now on sheet A, it's going to be the Guard Destroyah versus Ferda Girls. Sheet B, Kamakurlas versus PCRF. Sheet C, Dunhamzilla versus Guardzuki. And sheet D, Buns of Gojira versus Team Oblander.
Switch color right here.
Games are just getting started.
Everybody's got rocks in motion. Nice take out there on sheet B.
Hopefully all their colors are straightened out, but still have curls.
Well, sheet B is starting out to be a hit game right now.
Always popular for the first end. A great warm-up exercise. Well, you don't do that?
Team PCRF from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Throwing the Yellowstones now.
Apparently we have a Puerto Rico representing team here.
Trying to hold the line.
Curling, everything's curling a lot, but that stone will stay in the house. Nicely done.
Last night, when I was doing these games, we saw ice that was very fast and curled a lot.
Yeah.
So we'll see if the conditions are the same tonight.
They seem to be that way. They just sharpened them on Wednesday and told us in our lead night, be like, it was sharpened today. Have fun. So it was fun. It was curling a boatload.
Do you have a sense of how much? Was it curling 5 feet, 6 feet?
So because it just got sharpened that day,
this was going to flash through on sheet B.
the stone curl difference for each stone. Like the sets are not very matched. Does that make sense? Like
yes.
They are not settled in yet, so it was like so weird. Everything was I want to say like 6 feet, but some more, some less. So on our feature sheet, we have the Puerto Rican Curling Federation, and I believe Jonathan Vargas is the president.
That one came up a little short.
I think of the Puerto Rican Curling Federation. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on this.
Puerto Rican Curling Federation actually is from Utica, Charlotte, and Plainfield. It's a mix of players from different clubs up here.
Because there's no ice in Puerto Rico.
And they're playing Kamacurlas, who are from Triangle Curling Club in North Carolina.
Nice.
Gardzuki versus Dunhamzilla. Gardzuki is a team of all of my friends from here at Potomac.
But you're not biased.
But I'm not biased. They're playing Dunhamzilla, which
is one of 4 Dunhams here.
Yes, there are several Dunham-based teams here.
Which we have witnessed a Dunham against Dunham.
Yes,
last draw.
this Dunham team is a combination of players from Potomac and Bucks.
Yep. They annually play together at this Buns Club. All right, so Sheet B, pretty clean house here. The Puerto Rico will have the last say, the last rock on Sheet B. So playing open is okay by them.
Yeah, wide open house, only one yellow guard way off to the left side.
Guarding nothing, really.
Sheet C, Dunhamzilla now is going to have 4 yellow rocks in the house.
Both kind of behind guards.
And they have hammer. Yeah, they're behind guards, but they're behind red guards. We're up to vice rocks. This is going to be. Oh no, this is the second rock on Sheet C. So they've got some time to clean this up.
They're calling for a draw, I think. The draw behind.
Yeah, on Sheet C, they threw the draw last time and they threw it a little bit deep, and the opposing skip swept it out the back. They're going to try the same shot again.
Hopefully it's lighter.
Sheet A, it looks like they're trying to throw up a guard to protect those 2 red rocks in the forefoot. They are sweeping furiously out there.
Just anything in the center line would be very nice.
So Sheet C, they got a little tap off. They want to push one of those reds under, left their red, push one of the yellows over to the left, but left their red exposed. And Dunhamzilla is going to come right back and try and hit it. Sheet B, clean, empty house now. The hit game continues.
They're trying to draw one behind the corner guard. Something in the house to, prevent.
To chase. Or prevent the blank.
Yeah, to force, but that's going to come up just a millimeter short. Or in other words, the sweeper didn't do their job.
It's always the sweepers.
It's never the front end's fault.
Talk to my skip.
This is their Vice's second rock.
So Sheet B.
So both teams have 2 rocks to go on Sheet B.
Sheet B is still wide open. Sheet C, however.
A lot of rocks in Sheet C. But
Was the shot rock somewhat buried but pickable?
Yeah, it's about half buried, but a long guard, so lots of room to get past it and get back to center.
Oh, it looks like
that's what they're going for right now. They're sweeping hard for line. They are past the guard. Now they're going to try and get it and pick it out. Very nice hit.
Very nice.
Yellow now sitting 6 on Sheet C.
That is scary.
So we're up to the skips rocks on Sheet B with no rocks touching the house. At this point, do you just play for the blank? Do you try and score?
You just
Puerto Rico
Go
team
to
will have
school.
the hammer.
Yeah, they have the hammer. I think you go to. No. So red is definitely trying to put one behind the guards again.
Yes, they're going to try and
Over-
they're going
yeah.
to try and force the issue. But if you're yellow, you've got a choice to make.
Over on sheet A, the guard Destroyah team managed to get the 2 red rocks out of the 4-foot. So that was a
That was a good
really
shot.
good outcome for them.
So sheet A is a box.
They're on skip rocks.
It's a Bucks County team with Judy leading several Bucks County members against.
Yeah, we didn't say earlier, but on sheet A, if you're watching the sheet A and D stream, sheet A, Ferda girls. Ferda from Bucks Curling Club playing against Guard Destroyah from here at Potomac. And on sheet D, Buns of Gojira, which is a combined Pittsburgh and Potomac club with all of our friends on that team also. And they're playing Team Oblander, which is from Mayfield Curling Club in Columbus. Not Columbus, Cleveland. Cleveland. Sorry, Ohio fans.
I have to say I like when the viewers cannot see it, but when Mike still talked about the sheet B and C and sheet A and D, he also has the hand gesture out, just like your airport runway indicators.
Emergency
Very
exits are located
professional.
forward and rear of you in this building.
Please be mindful of the gap. Okay,
We'll be coming along with snacks later in the draw for you.
it will be
I brought
$5.
I bought macarons, so
And we should take this moment to point out that we have probably, I think, the best kitchen staff of anybody. I mean, it's all volunteer.
For
We have the
sure.
best food at our Bonspiels, and they've put out a great dinner for us tonight, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the snack's going to be
Those-
between draws later.
Those chicken katsu are amazing.
I know I might have to go get some more. That was really, really
I'm
delicious.
stuffed.
Yes,
I'm so stuffed.
So
I'm-
Team Dunhamzilla still has 6 stones in the house. They
with hammer.
keep getting rid. Poor Team Gardzuki keeps trying to get some out, but
This is Gardzuki's skip, Rob Chester, to throw his last rock at the end to try and get some of those rocks out of there and limit the damage. Meanwhile, sheet B,
Nicely
this is
frozen to the top floor.
Kamakurla's last rock on sheet B,
It's going to be a
trying to get a draw into the house.
Oh, I thought they wanted to throw it through.
Sheet B, both sweepers going at it hard, trying to
Oh,
get
I'm
it down to the
sorry.
house.
This is just a force. Never mind. It's the red. Oh, they're getting
Oh,
it. They're getting
they
it.
got it to the house.
Nice.
Very nice sweep.
Good
oh
job.
my gosh, way
All
to stay on
credit
it.
to the front end on that one for that sweep all the way down.
100%.
So the force is on sheet B. Sheet C, Gardzuki did manage to get their rock. They got one of those yellows out and stuck there in the 4-foot. Currently sitting shot behind a guard.
Probably pretty buried.
Dunhamzilla's skip, Andy Dunham, is going to try and get it out of there.
Out of the Dunhamzilla.
All right, skips rocks going on both B and C now.
So I assume this is a attempt to blink.
That's what I
Oh,
was.
it took a turn, that stone.
Yeah, sweepers on it on sheet B.
That took a turn.
They still got it. They nosed it back, and they stick around at the top of the circle, so that's going to be one for yellow at the end of the first. Sheet C, Andy Dunham's shot is on the way down.
May or may not be what they wanted, but it's not bad.
Oh my gosh, that way for Team Gardzuki to sneak
Yeah, they
in
managed to
there.
sneak
They
in and
managed-
steal one.
facing all those rocks.
They really salvaged something from a possible disaster in the first end.
Yeah, that was amazing.
If you're watching Sheet A, they are also on Skip's Rock, last hammer rock of the end.
Red is sitting 1, but somewhat pickable.
Our friend Gilad Kempenich throwing the last rock on Sheet A right now.
Yeah, if you can pick out that red out of the house or to the full 12, you can score possibly 3.
Potential for 3 there.
So Super is holding the line. Oh, that looks like a steal 1 by red.
Yep.
So just over curled. Again, these stones have been sharpened very recently, and they are curly.
So Sheet A, 1 point for Ferda girls.
For the girls.
I'm just going to say Ferda all night.
What do we have over on Sheet D? Are we on?
Sheet D is also up to the last rock of the end for yellow and Team Oblander.
That's a great name.
Jason Oblander, the skip, throwing the last rock of the end. Meanwhile, B and C, not to ignore them, but lead stones, everybody's throwing guards.
This is trying to
Jacki.
really good come around happening. Just a little smidge
A lot of
higher.
sweeping. They get that rock nicely buried on Sheet C. Missed shot on Sheet D, so yellow's going to score 1 over there if you're watching our Sheets A and D feed.
Oh, nice draw behind over here on Sheet B for.
So a single for everyone on this first end. Nice warm up.
Lots of sweeping over here on Sheet C.
Not sure what they call.
It's over and up.
I mean, they don't have hammer and it's a corner guard. And so Andy's just gonna use that as their own guard and so one underneath it. So not sure if that stone was on Sheet B. If that stone was on the center line, then it would have been need to be.
Well, they didn't replace it, so
Nope.
maybe not.
Maybe not. It looked close, but I couldn't quite tell.
If he's asking for it to be replaced, it probably wasn't on the center line because he would have just put it back.
My skip would. Let me just say we've been through this when my skip did not realize he could, and then he just wanted us to throw another one and put it in the same place. Well, like you could have done it, just never mind. So skips, not all skips can count.
Sometimes if it's pushed back into the house, they want to just leave it and we'll put the guard back in front of it. Both sweepers going hard on Sheet B now to get that rock over. It's going to over curl. It's not going to be on the center line, but it is going to sort of block the path to that rock that's currently shot rock.
Yeah. Which is still a fine position.
Oh, hey.
Got a tap in over on Sheet C.
And
Andy is showing off his sweeping skills by moving it into the 12-foot.
Would be sitting second shot. Looks like.
Yep.
So a freeze, a tiny little bump is okay.
Oh, unfortunate flash through on Sheet. My guard. Comma curless.
So I forgot to look up. This is still our A bracket games. Is it?
I don't know. I just came to drop off desserts, and they said, "Hey, come on in webcast." And I'm like,
Ooh,
"Okay."
what did you make, Jen?
I made cherry matcha macarons. So
What?
there were a couple people who needed gluten-free desserts, and I made them last year, and they seemed to go over pretty well.
They are, macarons are
They're very temperamental. I had a
But
couple.
they're-
I had a couple that I was like, okay, these are for me to eat at home.
they're good to, they're a good go-to for gluten-free. So
Yes.
this one's gonna be a nice top back of the yellow.
Tap out.
Yeah. That was actually nicely thrown. By She, whoever that was. Now She B, our feature sheet, the PICF, is sitting a couple, maybe three. Actually, we're sitting three. This one's just gonna nose and flat back
Oh, wow.
at a decent position, but not 100% secure.
PRCF is calling for a draw behind.
Yeah, that's the right call, I believe.
Yeah. Except for the days when I don't have draw weight, and that is not a good call. All right, looks like they're crashing.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna-
Again,
this might work out well because it looked like it was a little heavy, so that kind of stopped it and bumped it over.
It would have been like back a weight, not excessive.
But that does give Puerto Rico 2 in the house.
Well, it's fully open though, so currently that second shot rock is fully open, and
But they gotta make it, so
Kamakura is going to
they're going
try.
after it. Yeah, they're
They're
going
gonna try.
after it, as they should.
This looks like a little bit flicked out.
Yeah.
So in this way, it's going to be
It's
difficult.
coming back.
It's not going to come back in time for them.
Oh, that was close. If I was Puerto Rico, I would just put something else in the house at this point.
So on She
Make them chase.
Gardzuki. So Donan, wait, that changed. They changed the M.
Dunhamzilla.
Dunhamzilla.
Yeah.
Dunhamzilla.
It's torturing my
If we are pronouncing any of these names wrong,
Pronunciation.
you will just have to forgive us.
And next time, pick easier to pronounce names when you sign up for your Bonspiel.
I agree. Be kind.
Be
We're
kind.
all friends with Andy Dunham, though, so
Be kind to your broadcasters. That should be your takeaway.
Hang your score.
Yes. If you don't hang your score and we have to go out there,
Hang
you're
your
not
score.
going to like it.
Good, easy names.
when people don't hang their
Don't-
scores, I figure out who scored from who's throwing, and then I give them a 1, and then adjust later. A lot of rocks in the house on sheet B. Let's see if that's still the case after this hit.
It's
They're going for the double.
clutch.
They hit them both. Is it enough to move it out?
Yeah.
They got one out. They got both
yes.
out. Nice double.
Really nice shot.
Nicely done, Kamakura.
Good shot.
So with that, they're sitting 2 and 3.
Yes.
The one shot stone to the side of the house could be dealt with later, but PRCF is looking to put on more pressure on by removing the second shot stone. But I think they will sit 1 and 3.
Both sheets were on up to Skip's rocks now. Skip's throwing their first rocks, I think.
Yeah,
That's correct.
We're on.
Yep.
Sheet Z, Dunhamzilla has 2 rocks in the house. Gardzuki throwing the hit to try and move one of them out. And
It's
hopefully
moving
roll under.
A lot.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
moving a boatload.
B
So it's
is
going to
gonna
be on the yellow
interesting.
first and then swept back.
Oh my gosh. That actually worked out really
That worked
well
out fine.
for them.
Excellent plan B.
I love Plan B. Plan C is usually pretty good too.
On sheet C, Gardzuki got the hit but not the roll, and now their rock is fully exposed for Andy Dunham to hit.
That was a pretty brilliant way to move the rocks around. Oh, that was nice. They have a freeze on sheet A. Nicely done.
Ferda girls are trying to manufacture.
Yeah, they're sitting 1 and 2 right now.
So is this gonna
On
stay?
sheet B, they got the hit, but they over-rolled way out to the side.
Oh, that's a double now.
They're still in play. Well, they're frozen though.
You hit the right
They're not.
ankle.
They're not straight on, so you can hit it and probably pop them both.
It does require quite a bit of weight.
We have a really hot rock coming down on sheet B.
They're going for the double. Are they going to get it? Got one. Got the second. But the
Not
top one
quite.
doesn't roll out
It
and
hit
is still
two.
shot rock.
It hit too thick. Very nice try.
Sheet C, they're trying. Red's trying for the double on sheet C right now also. Let's see if he can move both of those rocks. This is Red's last rock of the end. Yellow has hammer. Throws away.
It's trying to get to the wings.
It's gotta go.
It's got to curl some.
It's going to touch something.
Is it going to touch? It gets
Got
one of
one.
them. It tips one of them out, so
Not
Yellow
all is
and
lost.
Dunhamzilla can draw for 2 here. If you're a fan of guards, you should watch sheet D right now. They have a whole ton of rocks up in front of the house, and 1 rock of each color buried in the house behind all that. Here comes the last rock of the end for Dunhamzilla on sheet C. He just has to draw,
touch paint.
just touch the paint to score 2 here.
Those are my least favorite words. Just touch paint.
Just touch paint. It's so easy.
You don't.
And that's when you always underthrow it light.
You don't-
And your
You mean you
sweepers
don't
were
carry
furiously
a bottle
cursing
of
you the
paint
whole way
with you?
down.
I just carry a bottle of
Oh,
paint with me.
oh, yes.
Oh,
Just
that,
rubbed off the
that
red
red
guard
rock helped
and
them out.
got in there just barely.
So 2.
So 2 for Dunhamzilla in the second end.
All right, the last stone.
Last stone on sheet
Hammer
B now.
stone on sheet B. They have a chance of 3 if they
got
can
this one
hit.
in the back.
Yeah, so
Oh yeah, if it sticks around, they'll have 3.
if they can get rid of the shot stone, yellow stone, and stick around, they have a chance of 3.
That would be a really nice outcome.
I would take it any day. Stone coming.
Sweeping
Sweepers
hard to
are-
try and keep the line.
I think it's
And they're going
pretty
to
good.
get a hit, a little bit of a roll.
Nice job.
That's a 3.
So they're
Well
taking a
done.
look to see which rock is 3. They definitely got 2.
Vice looking, second look, third look. On the camera, it looks like a 3.
I think they're signaling that they think it's red. Nope, they're going to measure.
They're going to measure, and Vice just put down the broom, which
So there's
is not what
So
you're
they're-
supposed to do. Why do people keep doing it? Why?
what?
Somebody kicks the broom, and then you move the rock.
So they're going to measure.
So my feeling is someone out there is teaching them to do this. Why do? Because people don't just do this automatically on their
Somebody
own.
told me to do that when I was starting out,
See?
and I've since been told to not do that.
Yes, exactly. Pick up.
While we wait for them to measure on sheet B, we're on the final rock of sheet A's second end. Gilad Kempenich throwing the hammer stone for yellow.
Oh.
Looks like he has 1 now. I think he's going to just
That may.
looks like a draw for 2
Okay.
on sheet A.
All right. CA stone incoming. Gilad is following the stone down, trying to whisper to the stone. Looks pretty good.
And it was red on sheet B by the looks of it, so that's a 3.
Sheet A,
Okay.
yellow score 2. On sheet D, we have Hammerstone coming down next.
He's trying to draw in. Looks like it's going to be yellow 1.
Very nice, but there's one more stone.
Oh,
I
red
think.
has hammer.
Yeah.
That's
there's
not the
one-
last rock.
No, there's one more stone to come.
Still biting the button behind cover.
Very tough for the opposition to score.
Gojira is going to have to also try and draw to the button, I think.
Yeah. But the good news is they're unlikely to give up more than 1. All right, so we really have 4 close games on the ice.
That's what you would expect for the second round of the A event. All teams that won yesterday.
Oh, so this is indeed A event. We weren't quite sure.
We'll have B event games coming up at 9:15
I
tonight.
see. Very nice. All right, a corner guard is put up by the PRCF. They would like to play this end. GC, we're either trying to just put it in the pocket.
If you're watching sheet D, this is the hammerstone coming in right now at the top of the screen.
Yeah.
Both sweepers going at it to hold the line. They got it barely around the guard.
It's going to be a yellow one.
They're going to tap the yellow right back to the button, though, so it's going to be yellow 1 on sheet D.
Nice try. Very tough shot. Nearly impossible. If our stones were more lively and does those like spinny back kind of thing, then you have a chance. Otherwise,
Blaming the rocks again.
not sure what we can do with the striking band to make our stones more lively. That you can sell things like what you see on the big games. Hit 5 stones and spin back kind of thing.
I mean, I'm sure I could do that if I tried. Whole lot of rocks in the 4-foot circle on sheet C already in this end, and we're up to the
Just
is it
the
vice stones?
Vice stones. No, not yet.
Nope,
Actually,
still on second.
Second.
And right in the middle of that, can't really tell if on sheet C if it's yellow or red right now. Looks like red to me from the overhead, but
yellow. I'm pretty sure it's yellow.
very
Red
hard
is
to
second
tell.
half. Yellow. That's where my money is. $5.
That was curled way too much.
Lots of curling.
Yeah, their sheet C, their throw hits the guard, just promotes it up. Now there's a double guard blocking that.
All right, on sheet B, our feature sheet. Karmacolas have actually a decent setup right now. Without hammer, so they have a center guard and 2 stones behind it. Now, Puerto Rico is trying to draw down to it, and this one looks pretty good. It's over curling though. So they're a little exposed. They're a little exposed, but jamming is a possibility, so they don't mind it. I would have kept sweeping that.
Well, now on sheet C, yellow's thrown another one in there, and I think yellow is the shot rock now. Now
See, I was right.
Now there's 5 rocks in the 4-foot. That one they threw in, it kicked their own yellow back to the back of the 4-foot, but it also nestled in there right next to frozen to that red rock.
So have you ever calculated how many stones can fit into 4-foot?
No, that sounds like math.
Aren't you a data guy, Mike?
Maybe.
Just rumor has
I'm
it.
off the clock though. I don't do math on my own in the evenings. I have Excel for that at work.
Well, they're going to try to do the...
So you can do it doing work tomorrow. On a weekend.
They're trying to pop it in, but that didn't quite work.
All right, so Downoma Zilla still has 1 shot stone on the top 4. Very nicely positioned.
Still on vice rocks.
They don't mind it.
Gardzuki does have hammer this end, but if things stay as they are, I don't know how you get more than 1 point out of this.
No, you can't. There's a ton of guard out there that's not helping them.
Yeah, those 2 center guards, you can't run either back really. A lot of rocks in play in sheet B also. They're also on vice rocks. Hit coming down hard. Sweepers, both sweepers going hard, trying to keep the line, trying to hit that yellow. And they're going to get it. Are they going to jam it?
Yep.
They just tipped their own, but that's probably okay. Still Yellowstone in the back of the 4-foot is the shot rock, though. But they did get one of the yellows out of there.
But that one will be stubborn.
That's going to be hard to get out with all that backing behind it.
Let me just check. So someone did correct me. Bobby Fischer is the president of VRCF. But he's not here? Apparently not. But Jonathan Vargas just sounds so familiar though. All right, yes, this is the A bracket team. And
They do have jackets with their names on the back that we could be reading.
that would be too hard. We have fans of Ferda girls in the
Ferda!
house. Come again? What was that?
Ferda!
Good. I like the energy.
It's a big crossover between curlers and Letterkenny fans.
How much is the overlap? Again, that's math. I'm sorry.
It's enough that you can say take about 10% off there, and about half the people on your sheet will laugh.
Really nice draw on sheet B.
Yeah, that stone is nicely set up that you can use it to kick the yellow out if you get that chance.
Even more rocks in the house on sheet C. Andy Dunham just threw a rocket down there. He's going to try and move some out. I think he was trying to get that red to run back into the yellow. Instead, he pops the red out the back.
Yep, you just got one.
Red still sitting, well, yellow probably sitting shot still. Red right next to it. All those rocks frozen right in there.
So the sheet B, it just looks a little wide.
Yep.
And a little deep. Skip's going to sweep it back. So still red sitting one, yellow sitting two.
So red now has if they want, they can kick that yellow out and make the other team draw for. They're still
on skip rocks.
They're on to the first of the skip
Yeah,
rocks.
there's still 4 rocks left.
The Kamakura's. Which curling club are they from again? Was it Triangle? Kamakura's.
Yes, triangle.
Triangle. We do get a lot of triangle teams here.
And we show up in numbers for triangles bonspiels also every year.
Actually, that's another club I was going to say. Their food is pretty darn good.
It is. They are nice. I've been down there a couple times.
Yeah.
I was actually just there for Childs.
Oh, that's right. Childs. They hosted Childs.
My first time. So it looks like they're just going to put up a guard.
Yeah. The guard. I mean, they're content with the guard. It's nearly impossible for
They're
PRCF
sitting
to
one.
get it
They've
out.
got hammer.
No, they don't.
Yeah, yellow. Oh, yellow has hammer.
Yeah.
So yeah, guard it, and
They're content to just guard it.
Puerto Rico's going to try and draw around.
It's possible for Puerto Rico to get shot.
Over on sheet C, we're up to the
But that's a
second
bit of
set
distance to curl as well.
last yellow rock coming up for Dunhamzilla now. They took a long look at which rock they thought was closest, because there's now 4 rocks at least biting the button
I
on
think
sheet
it's
C.
yellow 1, 2.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah. $5. This is the only gambling I do. So yellow is sitting 1, 2 on sheet C, and I I didn't really see, but it could be a draw, a guard to prevent the red from slashing in. But that red is also overburied. The only red that they can...
They got around the guard on sheet B. It's coming in. It's not going to get far enough over to affect that red. So red is still sitting one red and one yellow left to go on sheet B. This is the last yellow rock of the end coming down on sheet C.
Drink some water.
So sheet C, they drew in to the 8 foot. Doesn't affect the whole mess that's going on around the button.
Sheet A, Gilad from Team Guard Destroyah.
Mike, the last rock they threw was this one.
Oh, the last one was the extra guard, not the drawdown. Okay.
No.
So this is the
now we're
last
on
stone.
hammer.
Last stone for a yellow on sheet A, trying to get rid of the.
Yeah, they must
stone.
think that the yellows are the shot rocks because they're locking it up.
Yeah, that one we may just have to wait until they hang the score to see what it was, because it's very hard to tell from the camera. It does look like yellow's 1, but I can't tell what 2 is now.
Yellow.
No, I think it's 2 yellows.
They still have one more stone to go.
Yeah.
So on sheet A is
Hammer.
Y.
5.
Nice.
Telestrator can't even deal with how many rocks
You
are in
cannot.
the 4 foot right
those
now.
numbers are too big. So sheet A, red is, that's probably a biter.
Oh
So
my
they're
gosh.
drawing for 2. For the girls. That looks like a biter bar
Yep,
situation.
last rock coming down for red on sheet A if you're watching that game. Looks like they have a biter already, trying to draw to get 2. Sweeper's going hard.
Here comes hammer on
It's
C.
curling
Last
up
rock
the
on sheet
ball.
C coming down. Both sweepers on it over there too.
It
This
just
looks like a
curled.
Hail Mary shot. They're just going to try to blow something up.
Try and move anything around they can on sheet C.
And, well, they hit
And
stuff,
they hit stuff, but it didn't
move
affect what
anything
was going on in the
middle.
middle.
There's
Well, they've made a
there's no-
decision because they're...
It's pretty clear even from the camera. So it's A2.
And they scored it a 2.
I think that team is confusing this game with doubles.
Last rock about to come on sheet B now
GB
for our
is,
Puerto Rican team.
I mean, red is,
Puerto Rico Curling Federation, actually from Utica, Charlotte, and Plainsfield.
that's very typical of basically it's just, you can find curlers that have the passport or residency. It's almost
Last red rock on sheet D.
so they have to get the pin to score a 1, and it's over
Sheet
curling.
B, yeah, it's over curling. Is it going to make it? No, it's going to hit the guard. So that's going to be 1 for red on sheet B.
So sheet D has 2 more stones to come. The Oblander is delivering his last stone.
But red will have hammer after this.
Yes. Sitting 2, very happy to guard something, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like they set the broom looking like they're trying to guard that draw path to prevent the red tap up or the yellow hit. Sweeper's working hard to get it over the hog line, though.
That's not going to
They're going to get it there.
guard a ton.
Very high guard. It does block the direct path to the red, but could probably get around it to the left.
Yeah, the shot stone is still open. Or looks open from this angle. Maybe I'm wrong. Half open. So a guard and a come around is made on sheet C. On sheet B, Karma Curler somehow, it must have over curled or something. They actually put up a corner guard. The second corner guard is being called for by
Sweeping hard to drag it as far as they can.
Decent enough.
Well off the center line. That should be useful later.
So center guard will be the goal for Karma Curlers in this end.
If you're watching sheet D, last rock of the end coming. Skip Kristy Bellefontaine throwing. Yellow sitting 2. She's going to try and get around that guard.
What's the call?
Looks like a hack to bumper weight hit to run their red back diagonally, maybe?
I'm not sure I understand the call.
They're sweeping hard to keep it straight, to get around, get past the guard. Is it going to make it? No. Oh, accidental, almost an accidental plan D,
So
but it's going to be 2 yellow.
Yeah. That had bumped just a little bit harder.
See, that's why as a vice, you need to see A and Z plan.
So sheet D, Team Oblander from Mayfield Curling Club now with a 4-0 lead.
Very nicely done. All right, sheet B, our feature sheet. PRCF is trying to draw one, but it looks like it's going to be a guard. Number. So with the kind of double center guard situation on sheet B, or double center sish.
None of them on the center line, though. There's the high red guard and then 2 closer yellow corner guards.
Acting like a center guard. They're drawing behind it is the hope, but this one is it's kind of wide and it's gonna actually bump the corner
It's going to
guard.
bump that yellow up into the house. Right all the way up to the T line.
Yeah, PRCF did not hate that, but it's not guarded now. They're calling for a further bumping to the house of their corner guard, their other corner guard.
On sheet C, Dunhamzilla already with 2 rocks in the house and a tight center guard.
Looks a little wide. Oh, that's very effective push there to get it in, and now it's gonna go sideways.
They're going to get the tap up on sheet B. Very nice.
Yeah, it's what they called. Just the angle is not what actually exactly what they wanted. So now they really have like 3 center guards. Now you put one behind that, you never get to it.
Got roped into doing a wine delivery to sheet A, so it took me a little bit longer.
That's important. Sheet A?
Oh, sorry, sheet D.
Oh, I was like,
Sheet D.
that's the.
Is that because our Bonspiel organizers are playing on sheet D right now?
Yes.
That's clipping. So nice try. And now either Puerto Rican has a choice to make. They decided they're going to try to draw behind. It did. The draw pass did remain open. But this is a commitment. You're all in for the draw game. And you better get there before the other team does. But
Sweeping hard on sheet B now, trying to hold the line. Looks like it's over curling. I think it's going to hit that top red guard.
It's already over curling. So,
Well, moving it out of the way is not a bad thing.
it's now still 3 center guard. Staggered.
Yeah, there's still a lot of guards. If you're red, there's a draw path you could come down to that yellow.
Which is the same path they've been trying since like 3 stones ago. Well, you know,
That's what they're going to try. They're going to try and draw through that port.
whoever gets there first, whoever gets the pin or the top 4 first, wins this end.
Sometimes it's hard to give up on a shot.
It is. You're like, I am so close. I feel that's that way with me and like Mario Kart. Ooh.
They threw the draw. It looks light. No, maybe not. They stopped sweeping. It's going to be through the port. Now they're sweeping.
Got another rock in the.
That's nice.
Just past the yellow.
It's back
Just-
or back A though. Just a smidge heavy.
A little heavy, but
Still shot.
still shot rock and behind a whole lot of
You're
guards
following that
on
down.
sheet B.
You're following that down at any day, every day. You wanna
Sheet
peel
C,
them?
Dunham has 2 in the house, but they're exposed. They're not quite behind that guard. Team Guardzuki looks like they're going to try and run the guard back, maybe double these out.
Sure.
They're on the Vice Rocks. Even if they don't get the double, you may as well get that guard out of there. It's a little wide. It's going to get a piece of that guard. Oh, they missed the double, but they do get the guard to go
That was
away.
pretty close though. So PRCF,
They're
decide
hitting
to
their
peel.
rock in the front.
Yep.
They decide to peel, but oh, that did not help.
Yeah, they just put up another guard in the path that they needed to hit that red.
Yeah, that decision point is
Sheet C, we're on Skips Rocks, and Andy Dunham called to put he's going to try and put the guard right back where it was just cleared from.
Yep.
Kamakura's just going to put another center guard up in front of all that. Make it a little bit harder. Looks like PRCF looks like they're going to try and run their yellow back with what is that? Maybe hack weight, backline weight.
Was the curl?
It
that
needs
we
to curl.
have.
It needs to curl a lot or to get around that guard.
I know.
and get past the red at the top.
But
It's a very narrow port to
but
go
not
through.
be heavy enough to like blow it out.
They're sweeping hard for line.
It's curving.
They are, they tipped the guard, not going to get through the port. And the shooter rolls out of bounds. On sheet C, Dunhamzilla did get their center guard back, although it's a little bit higher than it was before. But it is more on the center line and more blocking those back two yellows than their original guard was.
Yeah.
So that's a nice guard for Andy Dunham.
And the double is kind of gone. So the weather today is so nice. Is the flower blooming downtown? Do we know? Does anyone know?
I heard it's going to be a little later this year.
It's a little later this year?
Yeah, I don't think the
cherry blossom.
I don't think the
forecast.
cherry blossoms are out quite yet. We try and time this Bonspiel to be around cherry blossom time, but they don't go the same time every year, so you don't know.
Every year, our schedule, as far as I've been a curler here, they managed to actually time it quite well. Every year. This might be the first time that it's not perfectly coinciding. That is beautiful.
Wow. That was
a
excellent
beautiful slash in off.
Sheet C, they do throw the hit. They do move the yellows around, but yellow's still sitting two, and that red rock spilled out to the right, exposed for the hit.
So Andy's calling for a removal of the third shot rock to force the other team to one or not at all.
While you've been actually watching the game, I've been on my phone looking up when peak bloom is predicted to be this year.
This is important information.
It could be anywhere between March 29th and April 5th.
Wow,
So
that
probably
late.
next
Another
week, next weekend. Easter weekend. National Park Service says March 29th to April 1st. Washington Post
think that has
guesses
something-
April 3 through 7.
That has something to do is that like ridiculous what a ton of snow that we got.
Yeah, it has to do with the temperatures and the precipitation and probly a lot of factors.
This rock coming down.
This is
on
a
sheet
promote.
B.
Okay, they got through the port this time. Oh, it's going to go too far.
It overcurled. Oh
Well,
no, undercurled.
The end is not over though.
It undercurled. That's a.
Red still has, well, Red's sitting two, and they have the hammer, I think.
Red
No, they shouldn't have the hammer. They scored. I just can't see the yellow rock down there at the far end.
Automatic rock tracker. Right. Every time a rock crosses.
There it is.
Every time a rock crosses the hog line.
We'll put in
so
a
let us
request
know.
for technology committee to do that next year.
I think Ken is thinking about it.
Maybe some AI in our cameras to do the scoring, and pretty soon they won't need us here at all.
No, they're actually funnier.
No, they're not. No AI is funnier than me.
All right, so sheet B, the last stone for the red is on their way. They're sitting two.
Final rock about to
Basically-
come on sheet C also.
Block that gap where another low weight shot could be thrown, and they're all but guaranteed a steal. So yellow has a slash in they can slash this one in on the top 12. That one that's just on the border of the house. And then the last stone from Shisi, last stone for guard Zuzi Ki is on the guard and unable to remove anything in the house. And
In fact, they're going to
maybe
promote up and make it worse.
another one. That's going to be a score of 4.
4 yellow.
Well, you know what? I have to say I've been there, done that. pushed my opponent's rock into the house to score.
It happens. Handshake.
I didn't do it this week, but I have done in the past. They're going to shake hands after 4 ends, so Sheet C game is over. Final score 8-0 for Team Dunhamzilla.
No, 8-1. 8-1.
Oh, 8-1, sorry. Oh, they did score. They scored back in the first end. You're right.
Correct.
Give them credit.
All right, so sheet B, our feature sheet.
There's a lot of rocks in play.
Final yellow rock coming in on Sheet B.
So you can do a full view of the sheet B now if you want,
That's right, we can.
because it's going to get fancy, y'all. Watch out. So the dominant trend continues. So sheet B, this is the hammer stone. The only thing I can see is kind of a tap back of the stone on the top 12 edge. It looks a tad wide. Looks a tad wide. Needs to curl. It needs to curl.
They need to go.
It needs to curl. And that's another way of doing it. So, oh, is it 1 or 2 on this deal? Are they gonna put the broom down again? Nope. So the stone were kicked. I'm not sure it's 1 or 2.
I think it was 2.
2 for red.
Not sure. I was expecting a measure, but it didn't happen.
He's putting his hand up 1.
Just a 1. So even though it clipped the guard, it was enough to cut them down to 1. That is another really good intel to
Yeah.
look at the body language of the curlers. Is it a clear sign of relief or resignation? So this is going to be a corner guard that ended up in the house. No, a center guard that ended up in the house. Side of the house. All right, a corner guard is being called for PRCF.
Got the hit game going down on
Sheet A.
Sheet A.
Curling quite a bit. It's curling so much.
Yep.
It's
Flash through.
honestly it has been curling so little for weeks now. This is a welcome change.
So sheet D, it looks like we're on the last 2 rocks here, and it looks like a traffic jam.
Do you want to figure out how to do this or not?
So I can do it, so I have to. It's
Naomi's getting fancy here with the view.
I mean, Cam made it possible. My view is use it.
Yes, big thanks to Ken Clark, who sets up all of our technology for the streaming here.
I actually think this, if you just leave it here, it's pretty good. Right? You can see almost everything. Like, you could switch it back and forth, but you don't have to.
We can switch back and forth here between the hack and the sweep.
Yep. And then but this is a pretty good view. I like it. You kind of see everybody. It's almost like a curler's view, right? If you're one of the team, this is what you see most of the time. You don't see the overhead, you don't see the close-up, just like sort of a half sheet kind of view.
So we're on hammer on sheet D here. So let's.
So the last, yeah, they're the last game that's doing the fourth end. There's a lot of discussion. Yellow is sitting one. Uber buried.
Once again, a lot of guards in play on sheet D.
Uber buried. You could, I'm not even sure how you get to the button.
There's
there.
a tiny draw path, or maybe you hit one of your reds up.
That's
It'd have to be the
more,
outside one.
That's a higher percentage shot than the draw, I think.
It's higher, but neither one is particularly a high percentage shot.
I mean, the good news is, oh wait, is the back yellow out counting the top red? Not sure.
Yeah.
It's over curling already. So they get the red to
No,
at
that
least,
limits them to one.
Yep, for sure, just one. All right, Karma Curlas. All engine firing. This looks like back house or through. Just a little heavy. Just back house. Just back house. Don't make me a liar. Oh, it's through.
How dare they?
How dare you?
Prove you wrong, Naomi.
Okay. So RCF is Puerto Rico is trying to hide another stone under a bunch of corner guards. This weight is looking pretty good. But I think
Around the guard, not going to make it to the house though.
I think they tried to curl it so early on, actually took a bunch of weight off. It's almost worth it to stay in the open, but get it in the house. So again, that's a spot of the only safe harbor is between those four corner guards. Your roof is so tight. There's no leak. Oh, this is looking also pretty good. Gonna end up somewhere in the back four, back eight. Oh, but second shot fully undercover. This looks just a smidge wide, but not a bad shot. It's going to be something that Kamakuralas have to deal with. So Josh Legford is calling for a low-way hit to just get rid of it.
I guess one of the important things in curling is that you don't have to blast things out to get things to leave. And I think that's one thing new curlers don't understand right away. It's like either draw or blast it. And
so there are a lot of factors going into the consideration of what weight to call for. If you don't know how much it's going to curl, throw a bullet. Right? Take the curl out of the equation. Yeah. If you know exactly how much it's going to curl.
This one looks light.
Throwing too much weight is going to require precision.
It's still coming. It's still coming. It's still coming.
Anything freezing, close to freezing to it is a good shot. That is excellent shot.
Man, I thought that was really dropping down in weight, but it kept going.
It did drop. As soon as these guys are starting to curl past its curling break point, it breaks like crazy.
Calling for the push.
They should be able to get it. They should be able to get it. Just a little bit of push.
They just need to tap that red, and they got it.
Yep.
They got it.
Nice.
Red sitting 2, not under the guards though.
Yellow sitting 2.
Yellow sitting 2.
Yeah, yellow sitting 2, but they're exposed. Skips rocks coming up.
They have hammer. It's not horrible. There's a double available for the Kamakuralas. Not an easy one. This is a kind of double that always gets me. It looks easier than it actually is.
I don't think it looks easy at all, but
I mean, I think
every double looks easy until you actually throw it.
Yeah, but I think you actually need a bit of an off nose on the inside, on the low side.
I mean, even just getting rid of one is.
You should be able to get rid of one.
Yeah, they need to hit the far side of that rock on our right.
But jamming possibility is very high. Unless they throw a bullet.
That's the other thing you need to learn too, is when to sacrifice your own rocks.
Say that again?
You need to learn when to sacrifice your own rocks.
Oh,
too.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That is a bullet out of his hand. It's going fast. They're sweeping for line right away.
I don't know how they're keeping up with that.
Now they're both sweeping.
I would have let that thing go.
Oh, hit the guard and tap their own out. Doesn't really change the situation except it got rid of a guard.
It's more open now.
Yep. You need to protect it.
So the center line tends to curl a lot. Coming off the center line is hard to keep it strict.
It looks like we have hammer on sheet A that's going to come down.
Yeah, that's right. And yellow is sitting 1. Ferda girls with the hammer.
Yeah, I was watching sheet A. Gilad Kempenich just threw a very nice draw to the back 8, almost maybe 6 inches off of that red rock.
Okay.
And guard Destroyah is just going to throw a draw and try and get 1 out of this.
That looks like a bullet though. Was that supposed to be a draw? Oh wow. It looks so fast. She came out of the hack flying, and it went
Tie
to
game
the
on
4 foot.
sheet A.
All right.
I agree with you, Naomi. When she let it go, it looked like it was flying down that sheet.
I know. I was like, wait, is she hitting throwing a hit? Help me out here. Must be a super slow line.
Yeah. Okay, this is the last rock here for Kamakurlas.
And they want to eliminate something from the 4 foot, if they can, to cut down the damage.
All right.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Mike.
Curl it.
Mike.
Curl it. Oof. That just flushed. So, with that unfortunate flush, the PRCF now has a chance to draw for 3. There are some... Yeah, I don't see any other way. You could do this a cross-house double.
Yeah.
To get 4, but not an easy shot.
No.
I could use this opportunity to see if the telestrator works. Could.
No, cross.
Cross here.
Double.
So there. Sure, that looks easy.
Yeah.
Let's try that. I don't think that's what he's going to do, but next time I play you, I'll keep in mind that you're looking at that kind of shot.
Why, thank you. I will look, but I will not try it. Nothing is stopping me from looking. They're just trying to scrub this in. It looks a tad like.
Gotta come up short.
Yep. So just
They're
2.
sweeping it, but
2.
just 2.
And
It's a closer game now.
badly needed 2.
It's not over yet.
Nope. 3 more ends to come.
For anybody who's not watching it, Sheet A is actually the closest game that we have going on right now, and we're barely paying attention to it because it's off to the side from our view. But in the last end on Sheet A, Ferda girls scored 1 to tie it up.
Yep. I love the team for the. How do you say it again?
Ferda girls.
There's a story I'm missing here.
It's a Letterkenny joke. And Letterkenny, it's always Ferda boys. They've made it Ferda girls.
Nice. Girl power.
Sweeper's going hard to try and get this rock across the hog line on sheet B.
Looks like it's just going to clip.
Is it going to make it?
Yeah, it did. But the angle is not good enough.
Just barely.
Oh, the .2 guard. No, Julie is a fierce competitor.
Can
Rachel
you do the house view?
and Cassie.
Mike. This is not the house view.
I think that was the bug. So Ken said there's a bug. So you just eliminate the house off, and then change as you see fit. We found it out last time.
Center line guard over here
Yeah,
on sheet
but
B.
because there's a bug, it's showing the wrong house. Try N5, see what happens. Does it go? It doesn't.
Can you go back to the original?
Oh,
Okay.
you fixed it. So you need to go 5.
There we go. Now we've got the correct house.
All right, now, if you're listening, to fix the bug, you go to a different end and come back.
Last
the
rack
right
of the
end.
end coming over on sheet D.
It's curling.
Nope, nope, not the last rack of the end. Red has hammer on sheet D.
Oh my gosh.
Right through that port on sheet D
Oh
to get
my
the
God.
hit.
How did
Yellow
they
sitting 2
get
now.
through there? That's just cruel. That was an amazing, amazing shot.
Very nice shot.
I will say, if you're watching sheet D, I don't know if you can tell on the cameras, a lot of teams go with the matching shirts for bonspiels like this. Team Gojira has gone with the matching hats, which I really like.
You need good hats. Good, strong hat game. It's always welcome.
They are, regardless of the outcome of this game, they are the hat champions of Draw 7.
This is hammer.
Hammerstone from sheet D. They got
Oh
it.
my gosh, the same shot.
So
Kristy
Buns of
made it.
Gojira. They also decide to shake hands.
And they're shaking.
So 1-5 is the final score. So I wonder, can we show just A and B? No. There's a lot of combinations that we can do with the cameras, but not half of these sheets. It's the wrong half. All right, a bit of a tap back, I believe, is what we're trying to go for on sheet B. It's looking pretty good. Yep, promoted.
Very nice.
Promoted the.
It only
before
needed
that was
it needed every inch that it got. They're
did.
about 2 inches closer than that red one now.
6.
6 inches.
5. Okay, 4. But we take it.
Over on sheet A, a lot of red rocks in play for the girls. No yellow rocks.
Ferda girls is 2 rocks in the house near the center line. behind 2 center guards. And then more. And this is already Vice Stones.
Yeah.
Just clicked.
Just hits, but I think the guard doesn't hurt them there.
No.
Nope.
No,
Yellow
it
does have the hammer, so setting up more guards to try and get a steal out of this works for them. We're getting to the end of the game, but don't want to forget to thank our sponsor during the game. Takes a lot to run a Bonspiel of this size, and this Bonspiel, the Cherry Blossom 2026, is sponsored by Realm One, a local contracting company bringing mission-focused expertise to the national security arena.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We can always use more sponsors. We're doing a big capital fund drive this year. We're getting a new floor, some other new
Yay.
renovations to our worm room over the summer, trying to raise a lot of money. If you're watching the feed, maybe you're a small business or work higher up in some other local business, you can see our ads on the ice. If you're interested in a sponsorship opportunity with Potomac Curling Club, go to curldc.org and you can find that information. Also information there if you just want to make a donation to our floor fund for the summer.
Mike Steele is like our best ambassador for fundraising.
I'm
yeah.
looking forward to the new floor in the fall. We're going to melt this sheet down in about 3 weeks, and then they're going to be in here all summer. They're going to replace our sand floor
Into
with
a-
concrete,
Yep.
and we're going to get the ice grid system on top of it.
Yep. And no one ever had to scrape paint
Out
off
of sand.
sand on
And
ice.
all of our chiller tubes will lie flat.
That is
Nice
an
shot.
interesting result.
I don't know if that was plan A, but it worked.
I mean, I don't know. So the yellow is now sitting 1 and 2 without hammer. And more guard is being called for. If they can get a steal out of the sand, it's going to bode really well for their chance of winning.
Yep.
This looks coming in pretty hot.
It's like it's on the red too, so
It's not going to push it hard enough, but
No.
more like a 3.5, 4 guard.
as long as it
It's
doesn't
okay.
outcount, it's okay.
It's okay, but that does leave the 2-shot rock still fully exposed.
Yeah.
So Kamakulas is just going to try to get rid of as many of these as possible. I think the odds is you're getting rid of 1. This looks a little wide.
It's really coming in fast too.
It's really wide. So
Oh, they're going to hit their own out.
It didn't matter.
Move
either.
some guards around. The yellows are a little more exposed now, but I don't think that's what they wanted out of that shot.
No, it's just smidge wide. So more guard is being called.
So we're up to Skip's Rocks.
Yep. So it's on sheet C. Sheet A.
They're also on Skip's Rocks over on sheet A. Red
Yeah.
sitting 2.
Gilad's first stone, first of 2 stones. They're being called to, I believe it's some sort of, it's a clear appeal? Unsure. But anyway, back to our new floor, which will be very exciting. Without good ice, we cannot have good curlers. So this will help tremendously.
PCRF sitting 2. They're just going to put up another guard. Trying to curl it, get it back towards center now.
bird that blocks that.
Yeah, it
Sovereign.
blocked that
Not
path.
really.
Yeah, that didn't come back as far as they hoped it
No.
would.
Still not enough.
A little bit wide. So Kamakurlos does
Has
have a
one more
pretty
chance.
open shot.
Yeah, they have
With
two
their-
more chances to get rid
Yeah.
of something.
Yep, first skips rocks coming for red now.
But for all of the players that's at this Bonspiel, and the other players that've been here in the past or watching this online, just know next year we'll have a new floor. So on sheet A, the red put up another guard to block the shot and second shot rock. So Gilad now has a tricky shot to
He's going to look at the angle run back on sheet A.
slightly dangerous because you're running the red in.
All right, here we go. Sheet B.
Is the first, it's still wide.
Still wide.
Yeah.
They hit the guard again. That was the guard that PRCF just put up. So the guard does its job.
For sure.
It was far from a perfect guard, but
It
good
worked.
enough. That always happens to like the accidental one guard that I throw. Somehow later, it becomes useful. All right, so both she and she B is the hammerstone being delivered.
No, red has
sorry.
one more on B,
That's right,
but
you're
this is
right.
the hammerstone on
For
sheet A.
He gave it a good
Plan is
extension.
just to block up that hit.
Oh yeah, guard. You guard. All
Get
day,
it
every
over,
day.
get it over, get it over, get it over.
You got it. You guard it. You guard it.
It's over, and it's going to curl back enough.
Yeah, it's
That's
this is
a
better
nice
guard.
one.
This is
That's
a
the
better
one they
guard
wanted
than
last
before.
time.
Yep. So now red will really have a hard time to score.
On sheet A, yellow missed the shot, hit a guard. It's going to be red 2 over there.
With the
Ferda girls up 5-3 now at the end of 7.
okay.
These games are 8 ends. We do have a clock running, but none of these games are in danger of running out the clock. They're all playing fast.
They have to play their next end kind of fast though.
No, they just have to start their end before the clock runs out.
So the eighth end, they have 14 minutes to
They
play
have 14
this end.
minutes to start the end.
To play to start the eighth end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They have 14 and a half minutes left. Once the timer runs out, you cannot start another end.
That's what I'm saying. Like
It's not finish this one and play one more. It's
right. So 14.
start the end before the timer.
but
But
I mean,
they're up to Skips Rocks. They've got 14 minutes to play. I think they're going to make it.
You
But
have
they
to
do
play
need to
at
be-
pace, is what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say.
Yes, and they have been. They've been playing fast, so they're ahead of the game here.
This has been a really slow end here, complicated end and slow. 14 minutes is enough time. It's not a guarantee.
You can't dilly-dally.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay. Where we at?
Oh,
Oh
it's gonna
my
get rid of
God.
Oh, they only got one.
They
Didn't
got
get the
one.
double.
They got one.
They got one at all. That's a one.
That is amazing.
That was a rocket coming in. That was coming fast.
Still one, but nicely done.
So
nicely
Sometimes
done.
it's about the damage control.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That was great
I
damage control.
don't think the double was there.
Yeah. For them just to hit that one was really nice shot making.
Nicely done.
So look,
Markwardt.
they're conscientious of the time. They're hurrying up. They're getting the
Yep.
next.
And they're one up with Hammer coming home. That's Markwardt. Now Puerto Rico will have to steal. So it's about good guards.
I got to fix the end again.
Oh, see if the trick still works. Oh, I think it did work.
Nope.
I saw the right house like for a second there. Just leave it.
Got it.
So I'm not sure. The first stone hog, maybe? And so the Markwardt is putting up a corner guard. So interesting ends here. Seventh end. I'm sorry, I earlier I said coming home. No, that we're still just in seventh end. So all of the remaining games on the ice could play to eighth end if they play at pace.
Oh, they are only in the seventh end, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
They do need to play fast to get an eighth end in then.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's math, Michael. It's
I thought it was the eighth end also. I lost track too.
Oh.
Both sheets A and B in the seventh end.
It's been a long week. It's been a long
So
year.
they do have 10 minutes to finish this end and
Just-
start the next one.
It's a little tight. It's not out of the question, but it's a smidge tight.
They'll have to pick up their pace.
Minutes. So once again, this looks a
Draw
little
into the house
heavy.
goes a little bit heavy. Back
It might
house,
hang-
back
it will
12.
hang around, yeah. All right. Markwardt. Go behind the guards. So is Ferda girls. Ferda girls. Go behind.
What? Are you okay?
For the viewers, the war room is a hub of activities right now. Lots happening.
Lots of teams already off the ice from the last game. Lots of teams ready to go out for the next games.
Tables are being bumped. Drinks being spilled. Just like your typical bomb spill scene. As long as there's no injury, we're okay with it. All right, that was a very nice draw from Puerto Rico to just about T-line behind guard. And former curlers trying to follow it down. Looks like they're more weight and more line. It's very close though. Wow.
A good shot.
A little heavy, but still very nice. It's early in the end. Well, we're up to Vice Rocks already.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess they're playing fast, trying to beat the clock.
Yep,
They are.
Everyone is.
People on both sheets, I think, aware that they have 7.5 minutes left to finish this end if they want to play an 8.
This draw is coming in. There's a ton of line. Needs to curl a bunch. But
It's curling enough. Is it going to be
Still
heavy
coming.
enough?
It's still coming. It's still coming.
it's T-weight.
Gets to the 4 foot.
Yeah.
Doesn't
1,
get
2.
back to freeze on either of those reds, but it's in the
That's-
top of the 4 foot. That's good.
That's a jam CD all day long.
Yeah, very hard to hit that yellow out now.
So that's, yeah. So yellow is sitting 2 right now.
Over on sheet A, Guard Destroyah needs to score 2 here. They're sitting 1 currently.
So Julie is content to call for a freeze. Guard will be okay as well.
Kamakurlas hits their own guard
Yeah.
Oh,
and
no.
out of play.
Oh no. All right, replays
Puerto Rico
that
is
guard.
curling for another guard.
6 minutes. 5 stone, 6 stone. You gotta play 1 minute per stone.
Sweeper's letting it go. They're okay with the weight.
They're waiting for it to curl.
Waiting for the break.
It's curling now. I don't think you have to touch it.
Slowing down. I think they just want the guard,
Yeah.
prevent the hit, and that's a very nice guard.
Yeah.
There is a shot at that back for yellow.
Yeah. So this is a in-turn control way, but cross the center line. So it's gonna be. Looks.
Sweeping right away for line. That rock is curling
that's
off
lost.
the line quickly.
They lost it.
It's going to crash the guard.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
accidental plan F.
Whoa, nice.
I'm sure they had that in mind as the backup.
I drew it up.
Take the luck when you can get it.
So now red sitting, well,
Just 1.
yeah, are they? That yellow is pretty close to the button too. Hard to see from our overhead angle.
I think red's closer.
I think red is closer.
You're outvoted, Mike.
I guess we'll find out at the end when they, well, there's still a couple rocks left to go. Plenty of time for them to move things around
Yep.
so that we don't have to guess.
It is pretty close. So yellow is calling for
Trying to throw the down weight hit through that port.
they are kind of getting it.
They're getting it.
Is it going to over curl?
They're getting it. They're getting
No,
it.
Let's
it
just
over
bump it
curled. They're
back.
going to bump it.
And so is that
I don't.
actually
I think
now
red
it's
is now definitely
shot.
short. Yeah,
Yeah.
red's
So
definitely
that
shot
did
now.
not help them, but they should have held the line.
I think they were trying to.
Wow, what a turner event. Crazy.
They're now down to 3 minutes to finish this end if they want to play an eighth.
3 minutes, 3 rocks.
Both sheets are in the same position, 3 minutes to go and 3 rocks to throw.
But it's skip stone, so it typically takes a little longer. They have to travel up and down. So this is probably guarding some sort of red. Yep.
Yeah, they're going to try and guard that path so that PRCF can't try that hit again.
So that's gone. You could still chip the top, the second shot, the yellow shot, in just a little bit.
Now 2 minutes to finish this end.
It's going to be a... That's the only shot I see. So if you saw enough weight with enough tightness to it, you could chip the second shot yellow and the top 4. Just in.
Last rock for yellow and PRCF,
That
the Puerto
is-
Rico team.
That is quite a bit of weight. Although they're calling for line a little tight.
Not really doing anything.
It's tight. No, they have it. They should have it. Oh no.
Nope, crashed the guard.
All right, that shot is still there. If I were red, I'll block that shot.
1 minute to
This
go.
is hammer.
No, red. Red doesn't have. Red has.
Red
hammer.
has hammer. This is hammer.
This is their.
This is
hammer
the last
shot.
rock, so they're
So
going
they're,
to
They're sitting one.
sitting 1.
39 seconds.
Over on sheet A, they need to play quickly. They still have, this is the last red rock, but yellow has hammer on sheet A.
Sheet A is going to be in trouble to get there. Sheet B
So
made
he's
it.
just throwing that away at this
Okay.
point.
Yeah. He was
Yep,
saying
clearly thrown away. Take the 1 and get out of there. Start the next
19.
end.
17, 15, 13. Does it have to cross the T line or something?
Gabe is throwing very quickly on, he just has to release the rock, I think. 6, 5, 4.
He made it to T line.
Yep.
So,
So they have finished, they have accomplished it on sheet A.
and sheet A.
So we have, was it a score of 1 on sheet B
Yep.
for red?
All right, Eric.
And it's going to be red 2 over on sheet A for the girls.
Wow. So it's a 7-3 game.
They're shaking on sheet A.
Shaking on sheet A, Ferda girls win 7-3.
And the feature sheet is
Yeah.
going to the bitter end.
So for those of you who are watching sheets A and D, thanks for joining us. We're going to continue talking about the game on sheet B over on the other stream. The next draw is coming up at 9:15 tonight. I'm going to turn sheet A, draw on sheets A and D off. And
Thank you
we'll
for
continue with
joining
B.
us.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, come over to our other feed and
Yeah,
hang
come over
out.
to the sheet B and C feed and watch the 8th end of this exciting game.
I do like it when the feature sheet is the last game left. Makes it